Good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Jonas. How are you? Good morning, Kimberly.
Pablo, I'm going to send the email to your pvanbibler@iscoffee.edu.
Okay. And listen, and then later on, if you need to talk, then I'll give you my number. You can call me. Okay?
Yeah.
If that's more comfortable for you, which is fine. Not a problem. Thank you. Good morning, Loretta. Marcel, good morning. Good morning, Nigel. Is Nigel still having a hard time coming on, Chef?
I don't know.
We never see Nigel.
Yeah, I think his cam has been messed up since the beginning, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe so.
Good morning, Andre.
Good morning, Chef.
Is everyone ready to get back to work? It's Friday, May 1st. State is open. Let's go.
Great. Wonderful.
Scary. Very scary.
I love the enthusiasm, though.
I mean, come on, dude. There's more important things than living. Get back out there.
Wow.
That still shakes me up. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
he really said that. The guy's wild.
I couldn't believe he said that.
Nah, as soon as he said that, I was like, I can't take this opening seriously anymore. This is ridiculous.
It's so funny, dude. And there was a really, really, really interesting article I read that was published yesterday that talks about Europe's perception of what we're doing. Like Europe, the European nations everywhere, for France, Spain, Germany, Czech Republic, Italy, all of these places are absolutely shocked.
Yeah, they probably think we're crazy. They probably think we're out of our minds.
They're like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, they
What
think
are you guys doing?
And the death rate is still going up higher.
No, yeah, we
Yeah,
still
yeah.
have cases coming in.
Everything is going up high.
Well,
No, we got to get to work, guys. Let's go.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? So they don't even call it reopening over there. They're slowly trying to, return to normalcy, so to speak, or whatever. But there's no misconception as to what they're doing. Whereas here, it's everything that this article really pinpointed what these countries were doing in order for them to even be able to kind of facilitate some sense of normalcy, right? And we are doing none of that, none of it. Especially Texas alone, right? There have only been like 250 to 300,000 tests given within the entire state. That is less than 1%. 1% of the entire population of Texas has been tested. And yet they're like, let's just, May 1st sounds like a good day. Sounds like a good day. Let's go ahead and open up 25% capacity. We'll give it 2 weeks. We'll look at the data and then see if we go to phase two. Phase two. What is your data based on? You're not even testing anyone, you crazy assholes.
Yeah, we're opening up the malls today. The malls are
We are not.
Dude, malls,
Yeah.
restaurants,
the mall
bars.
Yeah.
Bars? What?
Wow, this is such a bad idea.
Can't forget about the strip clubs and stuff.
You gotta have the essentials. You gotta have those essentials.
You got to,
Oh,
man. I can't wait to go to a strip club tonight. As soon as we get done with the class, I'm going to the strip club.
And
What a
you're gonna
terrible fucking idea.
I mean, it's not funny. Everybody got those stimulus checks. Now they're opening strip clubs. So
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta drop all them dollars.
Yeah, I don't, it's not smart. It's gonna backfire.
No, Chef Cliff, what it is, Okay, so what it is, the reason they picked May 1st, right? And if you look at the list of operations, the businesses that are being opened up today, right? These are the highest unemployment rate businesses, right? Restaurants, bars, and everything. These are the people, these are the businesses that the state is providing financial aid to the most, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they
that's
can
true.
pay, okay, so if you really think about it, like, and I've tried, man, I've logically, I mean, I've tried I've gone down all these different avenues of like, why? Because it's not just us, it's not just Texas, it's Florida, it's fucking Iowa, it's Colorado. You know, so these people have gotten together and decided, yes, let's do it May 1st or whatever. But what it seems to me to be is, and this is like an analogy, right? This is a complete analogy, but it's baiting. The powers that be are baiting the middle and lower class people, right? So think about it like this. We're on a ship, and the ship is defunct. It's not operational, and it's sitting in the middle of the ocean, and is surrounded by sharks. Okay, and the captain of the ship says, "I need to see if we're stuck here. I'm just curious. Are these sharks hungry? Are these sharks hungry?" So first mate, if you could, I need you to just put your arm in the water. All right, but don't put it all the way. Don't put your arm all the way. Just put 25% of your arm in. Just put your hand in the water. Okay? Just put your hand in the water. I want to see if those sharks are hungry. All right? So put your hand in there and leave your hand in there for 2 weeks. All right? And if those sharks don't eat your hand in 2 weeks, then we'll put your arm in up to 50%. Yeah? We'll put it up to the elbow, and we just want to see if the sharks are fucking hungry.
Yeah.
We're being
That's a good analogy, bro.
That's a great analogy.
we're being used, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting, and I apologize for yesterday. I wasn't here. Well, I was sort of here. I hadn't gone to bed. I was completely drunk when I got here yesterday. I've had a really, really, really hard time coping since I found out, I think it was Tuesday, that our state, that our government, that you know, these people are willing to just fucking throw us out like they're doing. It's been really hard. I'm incredibly discouraged. I'm having a hard time even giving a shit about this class or anything, because there's so much bigger problems going on than people are really acknowledging, and it just seems kind of ridiculous to even give a shit about a future in culinary arts when we live in a country that is so willingly you know, just able to sacrifice. I don't know, man. I can't even express it. I can't articulate it. I'm not doing good. So, but I'm here right now. I'm here with you guys today. Happy Friday. Fuck yeah. Let's
Oh, yeah.
shit. Go Pavla. Let's make it work.
Well,
We can all go back to bed.
well, okay. So understanding really what we're going to be talking today about is service and the style of service that we're going to be doing in the restaurant. Everybody has a dream, and you can't give up on your dream, Jonas, because the reality of all of it is it will subside. It doesn't, you know, and our job here is to make sure that you understand a little bit of service and style of service that we're going to be learning about today. There are more to a restaurant than the kitchen. A restaurateur has to manage both back of the house and the cooks and the chef, and the front of the house, which are servers and hosts. We already know that. Remember, we've already talked about the first impression when you come into a restaurant to talk or to meet the restaurant. You make sure your people in the front of the house are cordial. They look They look representation, they represent the restaurant that they work at your restaurant. How do you want to convey your restaurant? The front of the house staff are the face of your restaurant, and thus the initial part of your restaurant concept, kind of really important of what you want to convey. Your servers, attire, and demeanor should reflect your concept. Servers at a high-end restaurant should be elegant, scrubbed uniformed, meaning nicely pressed or nicely taken care of. Uniforms in black and white, and possibly the restaurant's main color. Servers are more casual restaurants, may be more open, friendly attributes, and more colorful. Less formal attire. Servers are themed restaurants should be have outfits that match the theme. Also act out a specific role. Guidelines for training restaurant servers. The service training will integrate the most of your customers during a visit. Positive interaction can go a long way towards ensuring some patrons return. Hiring the right employees for the job from the start is always ideal, but the introduction of a structured servers training program can pay huge dividends for your business. Really a very important part of what they are representing you. Following guidelines for a restaurant server training will establish and accept effective knowledge staff and should remain as a focused teaching point to all employees. Etiquette. These days, restaurant servers are required to perform more than just service with a smile. They're there for a reason, really. Poor etiquette includes serving female guests first, exhibiting or appropriate posture, refraining from eating or drinking while in front of the guest. Kind of really important to come across. An ideal server should be social and engaging, as well as polite and approachable. While it may be difficult to teach the best skills, social skills, your server should nevertheless encourage to make customers feel welcome. Guests are looking for a waitstaff with a positive attitude. How many times have you gone in a restaurant and when a waiter or a waitress comes up, they fling the menu at it and say, call me when you're ready? How many? Does that make you upset? Nope. With the first impression of somebody coming over to hand you the menu, first of all, need to be respectful and be a little bit accommodating to why you're at that restaurant. Why do you want to come in to eat? Because somebody has told you it's a great place. A smile at the counter, a nice direction of where you need to go to be seated. Or there might not be anybody at the counter, and you find a place to go seat yourself. So kind of important, a first impression is so important. Teach the best social skills. Your server should nevertheless encourage to make customers feel welcome. Guests are looking to wait for the waitstaff for a positive attitude, not something negative. Neither your body features. Make sure that they feel comfortable. Guests are looking to waitstaff as a positive attitude, cheery disposition, and willingness to accommodate. Any request from the start of the meal to the very end. A customer service is great at reading a customer's personality. Sometimes this means being able to recite the entire menu. Hopefully the menu changes quite a few times for that waiter or the waitstaff to get in and say something. Recite entire menu, especially with wine list. The other times the guests are looking for romantic, undisturbed service. That needs to be taken into consideration. It is the server's job to discern this and act accordingly. For the purpose of for waiter training, should be to give new employees a chance to practice their techniques through the use of role-playing exercises. How many times does anybody work somewhere that they give you the menu to take home to understand it, to know what is being served? A lot of people at the country clubs or the hotels do that. And then you come in and have a test on what's on the menu. We used to do it where I worked, for them to understand and feel comfortable talking about it. There's always a word or two that somebody doesn't get. What does it mean? How can I relay this and make the other person understand what I'm doing or saying? In this method, a variety of common interactions can be touched on, all with a span with just a few minutes. In addition, the method can prepare new staff members with a proper response to complaints and upset customers. Some people don't like negativity all the time. Some wait staff doesn't like negativity. They get too nervous, they get too flustered. Understanding how to cope with it. Understanding to be calm. How do we get to be calm and understand it? It's really an important factor. So being a server is not as easy. It's hard work. Anything you do in a restaurant, guys, is hard work to understand and comply. A sloppy uniform that needs to be washed, first of all. And it can serve as a red flag for any number of new guests. The presence of stains and wrinkles. Yes, I know, I understand. You're going to get them washed, or you wash your whites with your blacks. That's what happens with our school uniform at school. Our jackets are usually washed with the black pants that we're wearing. What happens to it after a while? Dingy, gray, to make it work. The presence of wrinkles, put it in the dryer and hang it up, would really be a lot better. Creases suggest, encourage your staff members to be mindful of their server's outfit at all times. We keep trying to tell you, pay attention to uniform. The first impression of a person usually is by what they look like. Taking care of yourself, appearance-wise. Take a shower, guys. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. I've sent servers home because I can't stand next to them. This is the reality of life. To know. So make sure. So encourage your staff to be mindful of their server's outfit at all time. What do you look like? How do you want to express yourself? It doesn't matter if you're fat, you're thin, whatever. Be respectful of what you look like. And pay attention to detail. It also helps to have extra clean uniforms available for the event for an improper uniform that needs to be changed. So, really kind of important factor. A clearly define all appearances, standards, and expectations with new employees begin working. This includes the uniforms, hair, jewelry, facial piercing, and nails, fingernails as well. These ideals are small, but they are all a large focus of a uniform, waitress uniform or waiter. Hopefully, it's a priority to discuss these things in length during serving training, server training, and making a dress code. Requirements readily available within the employee handbook. The knowledge of a menu, just as important as an appearance, that etiquette is working knowledge at the restaurant and its food offerings. Even the most restrictive of menus will require a clarification. From time to time, your wait staff should be familiar as possible with the menu. The best serving staff should be able not to explain in detail each menu item. What is it you're selling? The executive chef should be talking to the servers too, to make them feel comfortable with the menu. Then there's a front of the house manager too that will talk to you to understand what you look like and what you need to serve. Who is your leader or your boss? The best serving staff should be able not to only to explain the details of each menu item, but also provide suggestions, recite any daily specials with ease, and answer the customer's question. Can I have something to substitute something for something else? Do you know if there's any substitution that can happen in the restaurant? There's some companies that don't allow substitution at all. They don't allow it at all. They just go exactly like the menu. So nobody can have to be asked to do what. Prepping your new staff with its vital knowledge might seem like a daunting task, but it can actually lend itself to some fun and easy memorization. For example, the more experienced employees can quiz others on key items and their respective ingredients. Challenge your new employees to take time memorizing and reading their own as well. Some people have been there for 5 years. Some of the people are there for 10 years. It's a comfort level of what they feel like at the restaurant. Some people are too overly comfortable. They need to be brought down to understand that they might be just too overly representing some of the restaurant. Everybody needs to feel important and everybody needs to work together. For example, the most experienced employees quiz others. Challenge your new employees to take time memorizing and reading their own as well. In the event of a customer question they cannot answer, ensure that they will know to ask any time in order to get an answer. Knowledge of a restaurant and layout. Sometimes the first day of work, a chef will walk them through. Customer satisfaction can depend highly on two things: taste and efficiency. How many times have you gone into a restaurant and it says, or you can get seated right away, but your food comes in about 20 to 25 minutes after, depending on what you've ordered? The wait staff or your waiter would say, you know, this item takes a little longer to cook, and make it work. Is that acceptable? Some restaurants, you get the food right away, 5-10 minutes, depending on how busy the restaurant is, for one. But other items do take longer to cook. Or your party, there might be an awful lot of people in your party, and they don't want to serve one 5 minutes or 10 minutes before the other person in your party. They want to bring it all together. That takes time. What are the things on the menu that they ordered to make it work? You have to take everything into consideration, and your wait staff is the only connection between the wait staff and the kitchen. to make them feel you are important just like anybody else. Customer satisfaction can depend largely on two things: taste and efficiency. The latter is difficult to accomplish when servers remain unaware of the fastest routine to the kitchen, in addition to other important stops such as storeroom, restroom, and emergency exits. During waiter or waitress training, be sure to identify key routes, the important part of your facility. Sometimes people in the back with your trays have one direction to go. They know how they go in and how it comes out. How many people have worked in a restaurant or seen it happen to make that work? One way in and one way out. Just look at someplace when you go work out, when you go and eat. Cheddar's is one. You have a certain way they go in and a certain way they come out with their trays. So they're not dodging people with their trays when they're walking out. Additionally, your staff should always want to be aware of your surroundings. So point out potential problems areas as well. This can include high traffic locations or places where you can can contain one or two blind spots for carrying full trays of food. I admire some of the staff that can carry so many things out at one time. Knowledge of a restaurant's vision. Your restaurant concept and history is important and will typically remain in a large part of the day-to-day operations. Make sure your employees recognize this and can speak to the restaurant background, notable characteristics, and even historical accomplishments. The Onion Oyster House in Boston is the largest, oldest restaurant in the United States and has been serving fresh oysters since 1826. Knowledge of the restaurant's vision. An effective server training program will cover each of these details. If the concept is unique enough, that has brought new customers to your location in the first place. Make sure your wait staff has the ability to answer questions and even provide more detailed information. Ongoing training. Several of these guidelines, such as your restaurant layout and menu, may change over time. So it is important to use all the teaching points as part of an ongoing training session. For all your servers, by implementing an ongoing training program, you have an opportunity to increase productivity, upgrade policies to comply with the new industry regulations, and improve job satisfaction in a work area that often high in employees turnover, employees turnover. We try to stay away from that because remember, every time you get new employees, what does it cost you? Cha-ching. We want to make sure you understand. Specific things to be part of a long-term trainings include learning which menu items are most popular and least expensive. Most expensive, acquiring knowledge of weekly or daily specials. Specific things to be part of a long-term training, including successful selling guests on appetizers or dessert. What makes it work? Remember, your servers and your waiters are the root of your restaurant to make it work, besides the cooks in the back. Because if they don't take the order in the front, the back can't work. So they are both intricate people in your venue or in your restaurant. Finding the right balance between too much and too little interaction with guests at their table. Improving awareness and multitasking skills. Reading personalities and aptitudes, determining exactly what kind of service the guest desires. Single event training can be often to be forgotten, seems overwhelming for new customers at the first day, or new employees, sorry, on the first day. Look at the picture right there on the bottom and see what we're seeing. This is how we used to have a meeting at the banquet, at the hotel and the country club. Gathering the people together to understand what a place setting looks like. Same thing in a restaurant. Wiping the glasses, setting the table to make sure it's inviting for somebody to come and sit down and eat. Inviting because that is your interpretation of what you want it to be. Done well. Not from the very beginning of when you are seated, the placement of everything. And then the food that comes out to be the top, really the crown and glory. And finishing it off with the desserts. So just remember that it begins at the minute that customer walks in that door and sits at the place they're going to be sitting, on what the surrounding looks like. How many times have you come to a restaurant and they're still waiting to wipe down the tables? How many times have you come to a restaurant, there's crumbs still on the tables? Not a very good example of what you want to do in service. Really important. From the time they walk in, to make sure it gets done. Really. So we want to make sure that they're taken care of. And you have these group meetings like this to make sure that everything is aware. It could be done just before it opens without everybody knowing about it. Gathering the people together to get it. Ongoing training allows employees to evaluate and follow up effectiveness in order for most of us with their staff. The type of restaurant service training to help propel or the operation the next level of professional award-winning service. Style of service. Table service is the most common style for service in a restaurant, followed by a few different patterns. The English way, the French way, the Russian, and each different pattern of service. Russian way. Let's look at them. Did you all know that there was a different style and all different ways of interpreting something? Or when you're coming into a restaurant to understand in detail? Good morning, Dahlia. Good morning, Roro. Good morning, James. Good morning, Andrew.
Morning.
Glad you're all here. So make sure we understand the table style that we service that we are going to be talking about. The English. Wow. The first way of interpreting, the host or the hostess has the food and passes it out to the guest on each course. You know, they used to be like tableside, right? Are there a lot of restaurants doing that today? The guest of each course or portions of food and hands it off to the waiter and waitress, who serves it sometimes similar often done in family style during a Thanksgiving. This style of service is most common used in homes and private parties. Making them feel like kings and queens. English table setting. Plate, quarter plate, butter knife, salads fork, big dinner fork, and then all the way, napkin, all the stuff on the side. So water goblets, you see where they are? Red wine glasses, water, bread knife, bread plate. We call them quarter plates, I guess. I'm so used to calling them that. Napkin, salad fork, dinner fork, spoon, and teaspoon to understand. The English table setting. Method of service. Method of serving private dinner parties or restaurant food is which a waiter or waitress service each guest with a large dish, starting with the host of the hostess or hostess with a guest of honor, if any. At the head table in more formal versions of requiring high degree of skill and showmanship. The host or the hostess craves the meat and dishes out, carves the meat and dishes out. Vegetables on each plate, with the waiter or waitress serves first to the honored guest, and then the other. The French. A side table is set up next to the guest table, and the food is arrayed on the side table. The food is prepared tableside in front of the guest before it is served. The table is clear of the end of each course before new dishes are set down, whereas English is all set in front of you. Side French way is the plates are brought to you for each service. This allows leisurely style with an adequate time before course to reset the table and clean the silverware and perhaps refill the drink orders. So we're finding out right now 2 different ways. The French style service is more commonly done with salad, which is the easiest course to prepare at the side table. Minimum working equipment. Desserts are often done tableside as well, as in that case of Cherry Jubilee and Banana Foster. Look at the difference on where the wine glasses are in the French style. They're right in front of you instead of on the side, the English way, to understand. Your bread plate. Look at where your dessert spoon and your steak knives, your steak knife is down there, but the dessert spoons are on top. The fish forks, depending on what you're having. Remember, the French style is setting the table before you eat each section of the menu that you're going to have, each meal that you're going to eat. Kind of a little bit different. Method of service. Private dining or restaurant food is which practically cooked foods are brought to the kitchen or the cart, which is used also for the final cooking. The food is completed in front of your guest and served by a waiter or waitress who offers a dish to each guest. It's a lot more work to do it, but these are high-end restaurants that pay attention to that. An individual service. French style service video. So look at the last one that we are going to have. The Russian way. The style is similar to the French table service and is most commonly used with meat. The waiter brings a whole cuts of whole prepared animals to the table. The guests select the portions on the spot. The waiter then carves and serves their portion. To understand. Service la rue. French service in the Russian style. In a manner of dining involves courses being brought to the table, in contrast to the service de France, in which all food is brought out at once. An impressive display to make. Russian ambassador Alkan created the bringing the service a la rue to France in 19th century, and later caught on in England, and now is the style for the most modern Western restaurant service there is. Service a la rue, 8-course place settings for one person. Look at that. How do we set that table up? Look at the glasses. Look at the forks. And how the table is set. Napkins, pretty clean. Napkin holders. To understand. For the most current service a la rue, the following must be observed. The place setting, called a cover. For each guest include service plates for all necessary culinary. Expect those required for dessert. Stem glasses for water glasses, wine glasses, champagne. On top of service plates, it is rolled napkins and a top of that place card. Above the plate is a salt cellar, nut dish, and a menu to make it work. Culinary to the right of the service plate from the outside in. The oyster fork resting on the bowl of soup spoon. Fish knives. Anybody know there was some fish knives? Anybody understand there's service for fish knives? They look a little bit different. They kind of have a curve on the top. That was one of the gifts my parents left me. Left me, of course they left me, but they gave me a set of silverware, and that's including the fish knives. A lot of people, when they see it, they'll say, what is that? It's really totally different. Doesn't have any sharp edges. It has a rounding on the top. The meat fork and a salad fork is both salad and fruit courses are served. The necessary extra flatware is brought in on a platter. It is a bad form to have more than 3 knives or 3 forks on a table at once. The oyster fork expected. So different things. Has anybody in this group that we have been to a high-end restaurant? I mean, a really high-end restaurant? Experience something?
I want to, Chef.
Huh?
I want to one day.
Yeah, sometimes, it really is not for the sake of the food, but how the service is served and how they implement different table settings to understand the service style, to be how one-on-one. A lot of the restaurants that these are the high end, they have a doorman bringing you in. Remember, yes, the prices are expensive, cha-ching, But you can see it in the service when you walk in the door. The cha-ching factor of what they have to live up to accept and to come across. What kind of meals do you like? Do you like steak? That's a lot of them represent. I've never been to the Roaring Fork downtown. Has anybody else been to the restaurant Roaring Fork downtown? Anybody? Nope, I haven't either. There's a lot of restaurants downtown that are trying to implement, or not trying, they are doing it, to implement their type of service of what they want to come across. Is any Amber Alert? Can you hear it? To make sure of different things. Understanding guests that are seating according to the place cards. So when you make a reservation, they have a place card waiting for you. That table is waiting for you at that time, hopefully. Not standing out there and saying 40-minute wait. You have to make a reservation to people to know that you're coming. Remember, you can't do this every day. It's special occasions. Is it somebody that you want to convey that they are special? Doesn't mean that another restaurant can't do it. I'm not saying that. What is your interpretation of servicing the person that you are with? I'm not going to say the word impressed because that doesn't mean anything anymore. And it could. It could be somebody that you really love and that you really want to show them, you know what? You deserve this. You can even tell that to somebody going to Cheddar's to eat. But if you have chosen the high-end way of representing what you want to show, you might go there once in your life and never go there again. But you need to feel it sometimes because you are important, and your partner or whoever it is that you want to not impress, I'm not going to say the word impress, make them feel what you feel. Because you cannot, you've got to take care of yourself and feel good about yourself sometime. You can't keep paying. You get what I'm saying? You've got to have a comfort level to come back and say, you know what, I deserve this. How many times have you gone somewhere and you say, oh no, I just don't think I can do it? Because if you accomplish something all the time and you're working all the time, you have to compliment yourself. You have to tell yourself, you know what, I'm doing a good job and I've worked my ass off this last month. And I need something to reaffirm how I am. Has any of you felt that way before? So never feel guilty about giving yourself something. And make sure, or your partner, put it that way, or your family, something to make sure that they like it and they're enjoying it. Yeah, you're going to think about the money at the bill when it comes, but plan on that because that is life. The ups and downs of different things. If you didn't think you could afford it, you probably wouldn't be there, but it's a special occasion. You're setting money aside to make something work. And at that moment, you're sitting at that table that you're investing in, you're as high as a kite. You feel pretty, you look pretty, and you are excited about it. That's what it is about high-end restaurants sometimes that you go to. Doesn't mean that the low-end restaurants doesn't count the same. maybe you going to a low-end restaurant is something that makes you feel comfortable and special. That's okay. We are all as individuals and we all have highs and lows. Or when we're going to a restaurant, we're going to pick a restaurant that we've been wanting that meal because everybody's talked about it. If you like fried shrimp, and they give you the best fried shrimp, Crab Shack used to have really good meals. I mean, they used to. I shouldn't say that because they seem to be closing a lot. Have you noticed that? Sad to see when businesses, big businesses, even close. And it really bothers me when some of the restaurants closes. Magnolia's really is disappointing for me because I love going to Magnolia's because that is Austin, really, in essence. And then again, a very friendly crowd that makes you feel so important when you come in there. A different vibe of people that come in there. Which restaurants do you like to go to? Any of you go out to eat a lot, or do you all stay home? Are you homebodies? Anybody? Where do you go to eat? Marcus, where do you go to eat?
I bring everything home and cook it myself.
Really? You don't go usually out to, now, we can't talk about the last 6 weeks, guys, right now. We're talking about before a little bit. You never went out to eat?
Oh, even then, no. I moved here and I was attempting to save a lot of money, so I did a lot of cooking at home, and I still do. And
Wow.
I actually have been the entire time I've been staying in Austin, not only to really just kind of save some money here and there, but also to really cultivate my skills. And I've gotten a lot better at a lot of different things because of it.
Jonas, what do you do?
I love to go out to eat, Chef.
You do?
Yes, I will go and spend a lot of money on food, yes. Barley swine,
Oh, good one.
Katsuya, any
I love-
place I can find.
Yeah. Is the first, when you first went into Barley Swine, what
You've
was
been to
your
Barley
impression?
Swine, Chef?
I've been.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's great.
I think, the chefs kind of figure it out, don't you think? Or the people that are interested in food?
Yes, they've got it figured out. And especially if you go in for like the chef's tasting, they seat you at there's a very small, I think it's like 6 seats, table side looking into the kitchen. So it's almost like dinner in a movie. You sit there and you are directly watching these people meticulously make these gorgeous meals for you, and you get to watch it. And then they serve you. The service is excellent. The food is excellent. And for what they could charge a lot more, I believe. I mean, it's expensive, yes, but they could charge a lot more for what you get. It's one of my favorite places anywhere, really. I've lived in a lot of different places. Barley Swine is incredible, and I got to become friends with one of the chefs there from going there, who also open, and I don't know how they're doing, probably not well. A taco place called Asador, which is the best tacos in not only Austin, the best tacos I've ever had in my life.
What's it called?
Asador.
So where is that?
It's behind a tequila bar downtown called Los Perlas.
I know what Los Perlas is.
Yeah, Los Perlas tequila bar. If you go in the bar, you can get a shot and a beer for $7, and then you walk right out the back, and there's a beautiful open courtyard, and tucked away in the corner is a little griddle where these two brothers from Mexico make the best fucking tacos like you will ever eat.
And can you spell it for me? I'm sorry.
Asador, Asador.
Can you believe I spelled it frickin' right?
I can believe that, Chef.
I can't believe it. Some words I can't say, but boy, that one I got right. God bless me. That's a good one. That's good. I'm gonna try it, I promise, because
Well, I not anytime soon. I hope. Don't go
Well-
out. Don't go out, chef. Don't go
No.
out.
I haven't gone out. Yesterday I ordered pizza, so that was okay.
Stay at home.
Yeah, chef, you're at that risky age because you're old.
You know what? I'm seasoned though, remember,
Wow.
you know? I know. My son lectured me again yesterday, so it's okay, you know? I guess they want for me to stick around for a little bit longer. But no, it's really depending on the service that you go to and the restaurants that you like. Kimberly, do you like any restaurants?
Yes, I got McDonald's.
Say that again?
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Hey, breakfast is breakfast.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good point.
Really for all it is.
That's a good point. And listen, James, we know where you like to be.
I like cooking at home. It's so hard for me to like pay for something these days. After you see how kind of literally and figuratively the sausage is made, you're kind of like, I can't pay $40 for a steak. Like you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But yeah, especially stuff like ice cream and stuff like that I wouldn't make. Like that's the stuff I like to go spend the money on.
Yeah.
And beer.
Well, good beer. Hopefully it's Czech beer, but that's okay. But anyway, yeah, you know, and another thing, you know, just like Jonah said, that when you go to the table up front, you can see what's going on in the kitchen. Not necessarily for the guests, it's really like a movie for them to see something that's being cooked, and experience something hands-on that they're cooking their food. But you know, as a chef that you go there, you know what? When you're watching somebody, I don't know how you all feel, but when you're watching somebody cook, you learn something all the time. You learn how to convey the love from that person that's cooking on that front line to bring it to you. And also loving the techniques of how he gets that done, to remember a little bit. When people show something like that, it's so much better than trying to read it off a menu. Do you get what I'm saying? To understand when to add the sauce, when to add the garnish, or when to add something to that menu that you're eating. Really important factor. Yes, you might have to pay a little bit more money to sit at the table side watching a chef in the kitchen cook. But it's a fabulous experience. It's a fabulous time for you and your person or your best friend, for both of you to put a smile on your face to make life a little bit better in certain aspects. Not on every celebration. We're going through a really hard time, guys. It's really hard to accept on different levels, but it has to. You know, life keeps going on. This is a process of life. Life keeps going on a little bit. Yes, we need to sit back, take it easy a little bit to understand the seriousness of what's going on. But then again, it will come into a circle. Okay. $25, what does that mean?
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to share that. It sucks. I mean, I still have this. It doesn't expire. But the last time I was there, I mean, my wife and I have gone there so much. They gave us a voucher, a $25 voucher. This is a couple of cocktails. You know what I mean? No big deal, but.
No big deal. $25. Just remember.
No, they're great. They're great. Barley's fine.
I promise you, they'll honor it.
Yeah, they will.
They'll honor it. I mean, listen, what are restaurant people? What do they love? They love to service you. They love to make you happy. That's what food is all about. You know, food is to make you happy, to make you in a comfort level that you're enjoying yourself. You know, Delia, where do you like to go eat? Ooh. Roro, where do you like to eat?
Sorry, chef.
It's okay.
I was getting
Are you making coffee so you can bring it to me?
No, I'm actually getting some water.
Oh, okay.
It's 6 o'clock.
I don't really go out to eat.
Really?
No, not really.
So
I enjoy cooking my own food. I think that has a lot to do with my mom.
with her cooking good food?
Yeah, like just cooking food at home. Like at home, I lived like 20 minutes away from the city, so it was never a priority to go out to eat. It was always like we're going to the supermarket, we're gonna buy produce and make dinner.
Yeah. Well, that's great because that's family time too.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
The importance of family. People don't understand, but there's a lot of people that have not had that privilege and that honor.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it makes it very difficult on some people to understand that. And you know what, this time that is happening really brings back, sometimes is bringing back families together to make sure that they understand each other to make it work. Roro, what about you?
I like this one place. It's only sushi because I really don't like to eat out either. But I just don't like to eat out. And like I'll splurge on myself every now and then. But
Really?
yes. I eat smoothies and salads and sandwiches.
Well, this is when you're healthy now. What happened before when you weren't healthy? Did you like go out to eat then? No.
I don't even like no.
Did they
just eating out of control at home?
Cook at home?
Yeah, we cook at home.
A lot.
Yes, ma'am. All the time.
All the time.
Yeah, we really eat out.
Well, that was one of the reasons why you came to cook too. Didn't you come to school because of family time and food?
Yeah, I like to cook for my family.
Yep. That's so important, isn't it? To bring it all together. Loretta, what about you?
Well, Chef, I do love to eat out, but since I've been here, I really hadn't experienced much of anything. So, you know, I'm just looking forward to doing that in the future.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Matthew.
I like a lot of any Mexican restaurant or Italian's probably my two favorite places to go out and eat.
Like Italian?
I do.
Matt,
Marcel.
there's a place called North Italia. No, like it's called North. It's here in the Domain. I think they're doing to-go orders. I don't know. I don't order food right now.
North is awesome.
North is great, man. North is really good. It's expensive. It's expensive Italian food, but if you really like Italian food, check it out. North.
I'll have to try it out when we come back.
I just love the way Jonas keeps saying, check it out.
Well, there are a lot of good places here, Chef, in Austin that are, you know, doing really, really good stuff. And
you know, you'll be surprised. You know, I told you what the place I used to go, my husband goes to for breakfast is down the street. And they said they're booming on the weekends right now too. And they're all the service to come in and get their food, to get it to go. They have parking spots already done. And so you just call them and tell them what parking spot you're at after you've given your menu, and they come out and bring the food out to you. So it's really trying to, and I think after some of this stuff is come down a little bit more, I think that Austinites are going to go back to help the service of the restaurants and eat local instead of going to big corporation companies to make it work. Don't you agree? Because I think they found out that the corporations are there trying to borrow the money for their restaurant in essence. The big corporations, I'm not talking about small ones, guys. I'm talking about big ones, big name people are going over for the money that the smaller people should have gone and got. And so that's the part that really kind of bothers me a little bit, because I think we need to support our small vendors that are around to make it work and to make them profitable and let them make money too, because they're not going to be as rich as the rich, because remember, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And so that's the part that we all have to pay attention to and be respectful of what we all do. And that's the way I feel about different things. So the culinary to the right of the service plate is always outside, coming in from outside in. We talked a little bit about different restaurants and stuff like that. The fish knife if I can remember, when we're on break, I will bring out the fish knife that I have. It's really something different to see and expect because a lot of people don't see it very often. The salad fork, or on the left on the side, or the fish fork, the meat fork, and the salad fork. And both side salads, of course, are served. And necessary extra flatware is brought in on a platter. And it is a bad form to have more than 3 knives or 3 forks, as we understand, except the oyster fork to get it. So a little bit about understanding 3 different types of presentations in a restaurant to understand how the service is brought out to you. And did any of you realize that there was 3 different types of service? Anybody? Anybody know? So you understanding why, when you're paying the high price for a steak or a restaurant venue that you're going for, what are you paying for? Your surrounding, your valet people, your maitre d', bringing it, your waiter or your waitstaff coming to your table. Remember, it takes a lot more money than being someplace else that you can just come in and sit down like Taco Cabana. Not to say that Taco Cabana doesn't have good food. I'm not saying that, guys, or any restaurant that they're representing. I'm not saying that. But look at the surroundings of what the cha-ching factor is. Because everything that you see costs money to make it work.
And their food is horrible, by the way.
Yeah. Usually it's cold, and that bowl that I usually buy is old.
It's horrible.
You know? So those are the factors. But then again, you know, sometimes people bring those and dress it up at home of a lot of other stuff so they can eat it. So remember, quality of food, how important is that? Quality of food, because that's at the front of the back of the house, and having somebody know what they're doing in the front of the house. That's your salespeople right there, exactly implementing you for service. How important is that service? How important is it to make them feel love? No, I'm not going to say love because I'm not even going there. Feeling important. We all want to feel important. We want to make sure that we convey that we thank them for being there. Anthony, are you there today? Come on board. I need to see some faces today. And Andre.
Yo.
Morning. Come on.
What's going on, Chef? What's up with you?
No. So making sure. I just want to make sure that you all understand that. Any questions today, right now? Because we've just got some other stuff that we're going to be talking about. Anybody have anything to say? Anybody? All right, we're going to do it. Say a 15-minute break. Thank you. Chef Cliff, do you have anything?
No, we're good. I just want to go eat at Barley Swine now.
Oh, it's fabulous.
I know. I'm so ready again.
It's a fabulous place to go.
Best pork chop you'll ever eat.
I'm ready. All right, done. When everything reopens and it's safe, I'll go.
Yeah, I know people talk about Perry's famous pork chop. Go to Perry's for the best pork chop ever. Not even close.
No? All right.
Jonas, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, man, you got to try Perry's, especially if you're up.
They opened up a Perry's up here. We walked to it. We went. We had it. It was great. It was good. But it doesn't have shit on Barley Swine's pork chop.
Man, that's a statement. Yeah, Perry's at the Domain has some incredible pork chops. That's a
Yes,
hell.
sir. Yes, sir. It's good. I'm
Where is
serious,
Perry?
James.
Where is Perry's located?
There's a couple now, but they just opened up one here. I don't know, a few months ago.
Is it a steakhouse?
Yes, ma'am. Perry Steakhouse. It's good. It's decadent though. I mean, it's like rich. Like everything is like it's over seasoned. I mean, it's like rich. Like everything. The mac and cheese is rich. The cream spinach is rich. Everything is just like way, way, way over the top. It's great.
For that moment.
Yeah. I mean, you can't eat a lot of it. It's so rich. You can't eat.
There's nothing light on the menu. Like,
Do what?
there's nothing light on the menu.
Oh, hell no. No. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure they use about 8 sticks of butter in every item on the menu. I mean, it is rich. Holy shit. But Barley Slime's pork chop, best I've ever had.
You sold me.
You make me
Marcus.
hungry.
Marcus,
Yes, chef.
did you send it to me?
Yeah, I'm about to now.
Oh, you haven't done it? Okay, I'm looking for it and I didn't see it.
Hey, chef.
Yeah,
Did you get my costing sheet yesterday?
I sure did.
Okay, thank you.
I did. Thank you.
Was it done right?
Yeah. You know, girl, you got it. Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you. Thank you so much, chef. That really means a lot.
I've got it.
Send the
Who
message, chef.
you know who impressed me yesterday a lot was where is Mr. Robert? Robert,
In the chat, he said that he stepped out.
did you see my thumb? Really proud of you. Really. You really kind of blew me away.
What did I do?
I really thank you. You got it?
Yeah, don't know what it
Oh, quiet little squeak. You really did good. Really proud. Thank you.
Chef, are we gonna go over that? Because I kind of struggled.
Roro?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go over with you.
Yes, please.
We'll do it at the end, okay?
Okay. Thank
Not a problem. You know I'm here.
you. Mm-hmm.
And if not, corner me after and then we'll smack it out.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about something from yesterday.
What?
The sheet.
Are y'all talking about something on this?
The
slide?
menu. And I'm getting some of the stuff that I sent to Chef Cliff that he's finally sending it back to me to grade, to look at.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he's sending me stuff back that I sent him a week ago. So I'm just getting it yesterday. So I've got a lot to look at, and my niece leaves today at 11 o'clock this morning. So, and then I've got my new agenda for my new class in 2 weeks, and I've got to turn all of it in by today. So we found that out yesterday. So I'm probably going to be up all night tonight and all day tomorrow and all day Sunday, trying to get that package ready to go and to make a difference. And so I'm back into doing desserts again. And when you all finish culinary, come over to see me and restaurant ops, because I think, well, no, because I think the culinary also do desserts. So if you really learn the foundation of desserts, that's basically all you need to really then grow from there, and to understand it. And so maybe when we meet, we'll have some pizza, or I'll make some I made kolaches yesterday. I was teaching my niece how to make some kolaches. And her being Czech, and she didn't realize how fast it was to make them. So she thought it was an all-day ordeal, and it isn't. So we had some, and I took some to my friends, and So, I mean, I dropped them off to my friends. I didn't hand it to them. Okay, guys? Wearing the masks yesterday, also going all over. So, some places, but yeah. But Roro, I'm always here for you, Pumpkin, to make it
So
work.
you said you made
Thank
kolache.
you.
So when are you gonna make me those cookies?
What cookies?
Cookies or brownies?
You
Brownies,
want
chef.
brownies?
If we didn't get our stuff fixed, he was gonna come to our house.
Oh.
I told you if he was gonna come, you better bring me some cookies.
Okay. I'll bring you my specialty cookies. They're chocolate chip cookies with a truffle in the middle.
Chef,
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Chef, do you have a good recipe for like some macarons?
I teach it.
I love macarons. I think that's probably
Macaron or macaroon?
macaron.
Where do you think macaroon or macaron started? Do you all know?
Morocco.
At your house?
Czech plać, to není možný, to není pravda. No. I mean, where do you always see a macaroon or macaron? Where do you always see it? French magazines, right?
French magazine, yeah.
They're not French.
Are they Czech?
No, of course.
I thought you were leading there.
To say that no. Do you know where they all originated? Macaroon or macaron? Italy.
Okay.
And the French, of course, borrowed them like they usually do, borrow everything, right? Don't laugh. I'm only kidding. So no, I got it. Do you want one? I'll give it to you.
Yes, I love them.
I will. I'll give you my number.
Okay, that's great.
Almond flour, ain't it?
Yes, almond flour.
Yeah, but you can use, remember guys, you can use any kind of flour you want. That means you can use pistachio flour. Did you hear me?
Oh, does that hue it green?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty.
And I don't like to flavor. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people flavor their cookie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to flavor the cookie. I like to flavor what the filling is. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Not the cookie, because then it complicates. Remember, what did I tell you about desserts? What is dessert? It's a chemical reaction of when you bake. If things are in line to bake, do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
So if the things are not in line to bake, right, then you have to really balance that recipe to a T.
Okay.
But I'll give you my number, and if who was another one? Roro. Take my number down, and then you can, instead of us texting, it's a little bit harder to text. I mean, to email. It's better to easy text to do it. 512 779 4725.
Hey, Chef, I sent you a message. Check it out.
Check it.
It's in the chat, though. It's on the chat on here.
Oh, God bless us all. You know, this new thing the new class that I'm going to be doing, if I don't get any more gray hair, I told Chef Robin yesterday that maybe my hair will start turning brown or black in reverse for what I have to get through. Because I'm not going to be sleeping too many nights. Do you get what I'm saying? And thank God I have a husband that is, a son, my hero, that is into computers, that comes over to help me make it work. Do you get it?
Ain't this the same one that said you're old?
No, that's the other one. This one checks up on me every day, even twice a day. My hero. Both my boys are my hero. You know, one of my sons adopted 3 kids. I've told you that, haven't I?
No, you don't really
And-
talk about your kids much.
Huh?
You don't really talk about your kids that much.
Well,
You just-
you know,
you
this
just
is
told
business.
you that they're your
So
hero.
I have 2 sons, and one of my sons adopted 3 abused kids. And I'm going to tell you that it's changed our lives, that we adore him. And not that we wouldn't have adored him, but he is my hero for doing something and stepping it outside the perimeter of what what we need to understand to give back to this world. And so, okay.
Yeah, Chef, I
Yeah,
understand that
you know,
completely.
Matthew, that's totally correct.
I just didn't want to say it out loud because I know, you know what I mean?
Yep, no, I know what you mean. I will check out anything you write. So, yeah.
I was gonna say I understand that because my mom adopted 2 kids that were in a bad situation too.
Yeah, so you understand what I'm talking about. So your mom's your hero.
Yeah, pretty much.
What do you mean, pretty much? It better be.
Well, I mean, in total, she's adopted 4 kids that were in a bad situation. I'm her only birth son, so she is, yeah.
Oh, wow. You know, I commend you because that's not an easy thing either. Because there's a lot of more attention all the way around you.
Yeah, but it's all right.
And look, you, Robert, you really impressed me. I was really proud of you. Really proud of you.
Still don't know what I did.
Huh?
I said I still don't know what I did.
You did. Look at with the remark what I did on the thing. Because yesterday I did about 14 or 15 remarks. Matthew, I told you something too. You got it, right?
Okay,
So-
Chef, I had a question about my remark that you gave.
Correct.
So when you say like healthier desserts, do you mean like gluten-free and vegan?
Yeah, because you know, healthy, I mean, Austin is becoming more health-wise, health conscious. And a lot of people don't keep forgetting to put gluten-free on the, you know, every second person now is gluten-free. I don't know if you've noticed that. 20 years ago, there was not one person gluten-free. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But the diets of what we're eating changes so much. Have you noticed that when you buy in the store has this many more ingredients in it, and it's always something else that we don't even know the name? How true is that? Have you noticed that? So any product that you're buying today has this much listings of things that we don't even know what we're doing or we're eating.
I never buy things, Chef, that have a Bible on the ingredient list. I always buy things that are at least 2 or 3 ingredients.
Yeah.
'Cause
Just
that
let
has
me
exactly-
read this for 1 second. Marcus, did you send it to me?
Oh, yes, Chef. I sent a text message.
I didn't get it. Didn't get it.
512.
You okay?
Oh, email.
Okay.
No,
I got it.
Yeah,
I
you
got it.
can,
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Can I get that email, Chef?
Okay. Not a problem, Marcus. Thank you. So you all have my telephone number. If you really need to directly ask me some stuff, I don't mind. And get it. But I will send you that macaron recipe. Delilah. No, Delilah.
Delilah, yes.
Delilah. Bless us all. Jonas, your name was an accomplishment for me. But that's good.
Chef.
It means well. Well done.
Making
But
it.
What's my name, Chef?
Rashawn, Roro, I know you. How can you forget Roro? Such an easy name to remember.
No, that's my nickname.
Okay, Rashonda.
Ronisha.
God bless us. Okay.
It's okay.
Hey,
we won't get uptight like sometimes Jonas.
But Pavla, I wanted to ask you something. So you're from the Czech Republic, right?
Correct.
And you like to drink, right?
Yeah.
Do you like Staropramen?
Slivovitz?
The lager, Staropramen?
Oh, no, I don't like lager.
Really?
No, because basically that's their strong point. But no, I mean, my village has an own interpretation of because they make their own. I'm not a heavy beer, meaning
Okay.
I drink more shots of something. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm not so much of a beer drinker. We in my hometown, we have Slivovitz, which is like 190 proof. It's like what they call that, lightning?
190 proof?
Uh-huh.
Moonshine.
I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
that's straight like jet fuel.
Yeah. Well, the first shot is rough.
Yeah, I bet.
The second shot is rough. The third shot is better. The fourth shot is great. Fifth shot is absolutely supreme. The sixth shot is getting friendly. The seventh shot is getting to the table. And the eighth shot is on the table dancing.
Not on the floor.
And I've done them all.
I would think by like the sixth shot, that's you're in the hospital. The seventh shot is, your IV when they're trying to hydrate.
No. But you don't have a hangover.
I don't get hangovers.
You know what I mean? It's just, but you've got to remember that we're used to drinking a little bit of that. So gradually over the years, somebody else will take 2 shots and they're drunker than a skunk, and I can take 8 shots and I'm still walking around and I still have my senses.
Yeah.
So you've got to remember the adaptability of where you've been raised and how you were raised to accept that. And I'm not saying that I'm a drunk. I'm not. I might drink special occasions. I'm going to say special occasions. My sons don't drink it because they've seen their mother act. Only kidding. But my son is a sommelier, so what do you think he drinks?
Wine.
Free wine, right? And then my other son drinks wine because his brother brings him the wine, right? So it's a happy place for me. And when I go home, and when my family comes here, they bring me 5 bottles of Slivovitz because we make it. We have our own. It's made with prunes, and we have in our backyard. We have all the plum trees, and then we make them and then take them to a distillery and make it.
It's a prune-based?
Yeah, it's all
fermented prune?
Yeah. So you have a clean system, really good.
I'll have to look it up. I spent, I think, like 7 days in, so you said you're from a village. So I spent some time in Prague.
My gosh, what do you think? You better not be negative, otherwise I'm going to take you off that camera.
No, hold on. No. I met some really great people. I had a good time. But there are a lot of gypsy assholes in Prague. Hear me out, Pavla. Hear me out. I got off the train, right, in Prague, and the first thing I saw was a woman with a baby, and she threw her baby at a tourist, and that tourist caught the baby. Like, she threw the baby from like 6 feet away, and this tourist caught that baby, and when he was holding that baby, a bunch of dudes like robbed him while he's holding a baby. So that was my first impression of Prague.
Sad.
And I had been warned. I was in Belgium before, and people in Belgium told me, because we told them, obviously, we're going to Czech Republic, we're going to Prague, we're excited. They're like, be fucking careful, because there are a lot of, like, you'll get mugged. And we're like, come on. I walked out of a fucking train and watched a woman throw a baby at a guy, and then that guy got robbed while he was holding this baby. And then that woman slapped that guy and took that baby back.
You know what they
But
call them? They call them
I had a great time.
Tagani.
It was
They
fun.
call them gypsies. They call them Tagani, and they come from Slovakia. They come to Prague and steal. They pickpocket people all the time. They always say, "Watch Prague very carefully." I've been very fortunate, maybe because I speak the language. For me, they won't touch me so much as the foreigners that don't have an inkling of what's
Yeah.
going on around.
Right.
And I
right.
think that really demise, but they call them Tsagani, as what we say.
But
Because
that's
you know
they're
what?
gypsies, right?
Gypsies. Tsagani in translation is gypsy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they
Fucking
are
gypsies.
from Slovakia.
Yeah.
Because remember, it was Czechoslovakia, and Slovakia split between, and so the Czech Republic stayed Czech Republic, and then the Slovakia stays on the other side.
Well,
Czech
didn't
people.
it become the Czech Republic from Czechoslovakia during World War II when the Germans invaded? And
Oh no.
no.
In the last 15 years, 20 years, I should say.
But what wasn't one of the most amazing things that the Czechs did? Like when the Germans were invading, didn't they like take down every street sign and everything? And the Germans didn't account for daylight savings time. So when the transmissions ended, they didn't account. So there was an hour when they made the invasion. So the Czechs had like an hour to prepare for the invasion and completely
Remember,
for days. I mean, I'm pretty fascinated with the Czech Republic.
Well, I'll tell you, the Czechs are very smart people, first of all.
Yes, yes.
They're very intelligent. And you know, remember the bridge? I don't know if you know about the bridge in the Charles Bridge.
Charles Bridge, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, when they didn't have the cement, did you know they used egg whites to build that bridge together?
Yes, I did.
See, and how many people would have thought egg whites would hold up a bridge?
I still can't believe it, but I know that it's true.
They didn't have anything else, but they had chickens. Farmers, we feed the people. That's why immigrants that came to America got free farmland, because they were known how to raise animals and how to do farming. And that's why they came to Corpus Christi, and the land was given to them in 1865. And that's why a lot of Czechs are farmers in Texas.
Wow.
I mean, they pay for the land eventually, you know what I mean? They're
Sure.
given land to work on it to get paid for it. Okay, guys, a lot about Czech Republic. I'm glad you all check it out with me. Chef Cliff is so good. He doesn't say 2 words. He just sits up there and takes it all.
Hey, man, I'm sucking it all up, man. I didn't realize that they made a bridge with egg whites.
Correct. And it's a famous bridge. Think about it. Look at the bridge on some of the pictures. It's absolutely beautiful. And so, so different things. Remember, service. I'm really disappointed that you saw that first in the Czech Republic, because it does happen. It does, and it's a dominant, you know. And the Russian mafia is in there too, because they're buying all these properties up in Prague that the old people had when there was communism, and they want to release it, and they're buying these properties cheap and turning them over to really not good people to run it and to make it work. So hopefully the world will, I don't know, we just keep on trucking, as we say, and try to survive. And that's what a key word is about all of this stuff. So let's talk about a little bit about the American table service. Food service is served in portions of large enough to entire companies. It starts off a specific person, is passed around on the table so that everybody can take a little bit of what they want. We Americans love to have family style. How many people love family style restaurants versus buying or getting a plate in front of them, you know? And to understand, food is normally passed counterclockwise. Beverages are normally passed clockwise, and the table is normally cleared clockwise. So remember, how do we pick up the plate from a person to get different things done, to get and to see different things, to make people feel comfortable? That's what coming to a restaurant makes it all about. There is a handful of other style services as well that we are going to be encountering. Remember, Counter service is a fast-paced style normal seen in sittings or quick service establishments to make it work. Get to the counter, get it, and move on. Another one, there are a handful of these styles. Service cafeteria style involves guests collect their food and tray in an islands on a counter. I want a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and move on with a tray. Sometimes for me, it's not a comfortable setting for me to go to a counter like that. I like a personable place. What do you like? What makes you happy to make it work? A buffet style service is the next one. Really very close to cafeteria style, but a little bit upscale. Remember, we want it to be a little bit more inviting, a little bit more personable, that you can go ahead and get it yourself instead of a cafeteria that is served to you. A buffet style that serves themselves. It requires less staff and other types of service. But then again, you have to be careful of these young kids coming and putting their fingers in there. You have to be careful of what you do. It requires less staff and other types of service, but it can add to other types of service too. Many restaurants don't like otherwise used buffet service or a salad bar. A lot of the barbecue places have a salad bar. So they give you the meat on a tray and you go and get your own salad bar. Do you like that? Do you like a lot of salad? All for the price of one. A lot of places that give you a salad just give you a bowl to make it work in a restaurant. What is your forte? What makes you comfortable? There are a handful of other styles of services as well. Room service. Who likes room service? Especially with grandkids, I'm going to tell you, that's the best thing ever. In hotels and similar establishments. Is it a special night for you to have room service brought up? So you and your partner feel homey, feel comfortable without a lot of people around. A lot of people don't like a lot of people close to them. I don't know if you understand that. They're quiet to themselves. That's okay. We all have our comfort zones of what we want to do. We all have things that we don't like. That's what makes the world go round, guys. Food is delivered to the guest in their rooms. Accuracy is especially crucial. Servers have to make sure that they don't forget anything, since it's much harder to run back to the kitchen for a single fork or halfway across the hotel. Setting it up on a table. Making them feel important. Or the convenience. How many times you have a room service in some places and you're hustling and bustling, you don't have time to go down and get seated and waited on. It comes to you. A lot of people like to do that in the morning. Have breakfast brought up so they can get on there if you're on a road trip or if you are in a place where you want to be. Get your food and get on the road. That's what room service is all about. There are a handful of other styles of service. Drive-through. How many people love drive-throughs? Don't want to be inside waiting. Sometimes the drive-throughs are longer than the lines inside. Quick service. Delivery. How many people love delivery? How many people wait at home and get food delivered? Really don't. I've never done it. Too much except pizza. I think that was the only delivery that I'm used to. Look at that cookie service, guys. Roro, pay attention to what I'm saying. Think about this cookie service that delivers at 3 in the morning. Did you hear me? 3 in the morning.
Is it Tiff's Treats?
Yeah.
Their cookies are amazing.
Are they good?
I like them. I think my sister got them delivered to me like at like at 3 in the morning for my birthday.
Wow. Boy, she loves you, doesn't she?
They deliver them hot. I think the back of their little cars have warmers.
Had warmers, correct.
Because when I got them, they were super warm.
Were they?
Yes.
What a concept, isn't it?
Mhm.
Of making something. Remember, when you are doing a service like that, and you're going to be delivering meals or doing things that you want to do, always add a sweetness to something. So you could top it off with, if you're into healthy cooking, how about a cookie or something, or a biscotti or something, a 2-bite thing that you can add to your plate. And say thank you with a little note. Just you doing that little extra, it's going to probably cost you 5 cents or maybe 10 cents. But in the long run, that person's going to take that thank you off that meal and know you care. You get what I'm saying? A little touch, a little bit of you. Remember, the people that think about the other person on the other end is a huge thing. A little bit of effort sometimes goes a long way. A little bit of effort brings sweetness in somebody's life, that they're going to come back because they like that little cookie, and you can make them in bigger forms to sell. Remember, it's always a teaser that you want to put in for them to come back to. That's what makes it successful. And they won't forget. Delia, remember you said those cookies came warm and they were good, right?
Yeah.
So that warmness is the one that sold you on how good the cookies were, right?
Yeah, I guess that's
Extra effort that they did.
That's absolutely right.
And Kimberly, the same way with you. Really, in essence, they weren't necessarily warm for you, but they were 3 in the morning when the doorbell rang for you to get cookies. That's what they did. They stepped it up for you. My goodness, Andre, good morning. Take the hood off if you're going to be on, please. Thank you. Want to see that hair. So make sure, guys, paying attention. Little bit of detail, a little bit more work, and get something that is a long shelf life. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I use the word biscotti for. Not something that the freshness goes away fast. Do you get what I'm saying? Use something that can be wrapped in a package and be there for a week or two. Biscotti can be up there for at least a month and a half. Might take you a half a day or a day to make it all, and you've got a month and a half of your orders that has that little sweet tinge to it. If you don't like biscotti to put out for your name, put it something else. The theme that you're going for. So many different ways of interpreting what you represent to bring out. Work on your project. Create a menu and describe the name of the restaurant logo, and that's going to be due. For days open, hours of operation. Cost only out 1 appetizer, 1 salad, 1 entree. We did that the other day. I only want the menu, remember, not these. These are for your projects at the end of the class. A lot of you, when I saw the menu yesterday, was 30%. I accept that in this day and age today. It's really pretty hard to keep it at 28 without giving you a quality of what product you're going to use. Remember, your dreams are high, your items might cost more. It's not that easy to do. But visually, you know, numbers always work visually, but reality check sometimes doesn't. And we're into reality check. Everybody understand that? To understand what you want to serve.
Question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the end of
this is the
course
end
project, right?
Yeah.
I thought you wanted us to cost out all items that was on the menu, which was 9 items.
That is correct. 9 items.
Yeah, Chef, you can talk. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we still want you to cost out 9 items.
Okay, so we're gonna disregard this slide.
Yeah.
Don't look at this because it's totally different.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the following week. This is really what these slides are for next week. We've rearranged a lot of different things because we had to adjust to being at home. You get it? So trying to adjust a lot of these things have to be really taken in different aspects of where we are at. 9 recipes, cost it out. Right, Chef? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's for over the weekend, right, Chef?
Next weekend.
Next weekend, okay.
Not this weekend, all next weekend, all that due on Monday, the following week. And then we're gonna give you 5 minutes, each one of you, to represent your restaurant. Talk about the menu, where you are, what kind of service you're holding, what is your theme of what you want to do. You don't have to cost it out to us when you're talking, but we do want to talk about the menu. And why do you want people to come in to make it work? What is your theme? What is your business? I can't even never say this word, strategy. Anybody know what I'm talking about?
Strategy?
That's it. Who said that? I can't never say that word, strategy or whatever. I think my tongues don't roll like you all Americans. So you have to roll a tongue for that. But we definitely need that aspect of it. Anthony, are you there? Victoria, Mia, Marcel, come on board, please. So make sure that you all come on board. We need to see your faces, guys. I know it's harder.
I'm sorry, Chef. Were you calling me?
Yeah, I'm calling you.
I'm sorry. I'm taking my brother to work right now, so I was moving around a little bit.
Okay. Good morning, Victoria.
Good morning, Chef.
You doing okay?
Yes, I'm doing good. How are you?
We're all doing good, but we miss seeing you.
Oh, okay. I'll turn on the camera right now, but
I think that would be advisable.
Okay.
Anthony, are you there? You're in a car, Victoria?
Yes, I'm taking my brother to work.
Oh yeah, that's right. We just talked to you. All right.
But yeah.
Marcel, are you there? God bless you, Kimberly. My gosh, you are sneezing up a storm.
It's because I'm cold.
You're cold?
Yes, it's like freaking cold in here.
Well, turn down the air conditioner.
I have the heater on.
Okay. Well, your sleeves should cover your whole face. Look at your sleeves on your shirt. They're so big.
This is the extra small one too. It swallows me.
Okay. So understanding the project of what we did. Did you all turn in? I'm going to be doing them all today. Did you turn in all the stuff that I asked you yesterday? One menu item. Side, protein, vegetable. Not kind of hard. And with the garnish. That's going to be my life all day today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Can I get your email one more time, Chef?
P. Van Bibber. P. All lowercasing. VAN. BIBBER at escoffier.edu.
Thank you.
Hope your project. Excuse me, could you have her bring me one too? All these people that have service.
Say, I'm really good at customer service.
Yeah. James, you can have all the smiles you want, right?
That's right. That's right.
So you're moving this weekend, or when are you moving?
It'll be June 1st, so a whole month. We got a while.
I have a mosquito running around me that is driving me nuts. Likes to bite. And so I have to kind of smack him. Anybody else? Loretta, are you comfortable with everything? Did you get your work done yesterday? I saw a lot of remarks. Everybody?
Chef, I actually didn't finish it. I waited till the last minute.
Oh, I know. We all do, Pumpkin. You're not the only one.
I'll get it to you.
All right. I'll be waiting for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you like talking about like the list of menu items? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about yesterday's project, or when I gave you the project yesterday with, well, you weren't here yesterday.
I was not here and Chef is
not. Oh, okay. So you have to give me one menu. So that means one plate. So it has to be a protein in it. I want you to cost it out from everything that you use on that plate, on that menu item. One protein, what your side is, like maybe mashed potatoes or rice or whatever, and one vegetable. And the garnish, everything that you use in that recipe has to be on that menu. One item, one item. So if you're going to have a recipe and it tells you a pound of chicken, and what is one serving of a protein? How many ounces?
6.
6 ounces. So you're going to take that and divide it by the amount of how much you got the meat, and then you'll come to the understanding of a single serving, the yield, and then divide it by the amount of that you got to get done. Okay? You understand? No. You got it. Okay, got it. Everybody understanding that. So make sure that you get that done, get it into me. It was due today. I'll give you till today, all of today to get it done, and it will be taken care of. Everybody understanding how important the front of the staff, the front of the house staff is. Meeting people, selling. Remember? Because if you don't tell them, they don't know. You don't know to make it work. If you don't have somebody in the front of the house making sure that you're cooking in the back and your team is cooking in the back, because if they don't suggest, they don't know. Your job is to make sure that they learn enough to sell the stuff. How excited does the back of the house get when things are going correctly? How many times the back of the house, the line cook says, "Oh my God, did you see the order that just came in? You think I'm kidding?" That's what the reaction is in the back. And James can verify that.
Oh yeah.
That girl is rocking.
When you get a 10 top or a 12 top that didn't make a reservation, and then all of a sudden you get their rush in, you get going.
I've had 15 people come in at once.
And you took care of them with that pretty smile of yours.
Yes. I was only 17 at the time too, so.
You've grown up a lot.
Yes, thankfully.
So that's what it is. So the front of the house is so, so important. Roro, are you still doing that stuff? Are you still going to go the healthy way?
Yes, chef.
Okay,
Yes, chef.
Oh.
Gotta give them options.
And some options, good.
Your voice sounds so convincing.
Healthy is the way.
Bernicia,
What's
you're
up?
going into meal prepping. I actually used to do personal meal prepping in El Paso. If you want any like things put together, any tips?
Yes.
I have a bunch of just like lists of different meals, varying different like body goals.
That's
okay. I know because I got to work on
like
who want to lose
macros.
weight, who want to gain weight, who want to maintain their balance. Yeah. Okay.
I have like a little formula that I use if you want me to give it to you anytime.
Okay. Well, can you personally send your number to me?
Yeah, I will send my number here.
Okay, bet.
So is it like healthy drinks? Like grass?
Yes, grass. Might put some seaweed in the chef.
The only
It's
time
okay,
I like to see seaweed is when I'm walking on the beach. And my feet are in the water, in the agua, as they say. Okay, really, touching base with what we've really gone over. We finally found out what a kitchen is all about, the importance of organization, first in, first out. Remember, we've already understand how important it is for the cost factor to make sure that the inventory or the person in the purchasing department understands. You finding out a purchasing agent or a person that's letting the items come in. Remember, not damaged. Remember, it's always a cha-ching factor to make sure of it. What about receiving the items for your restaurant, taking inventory, making sure that you have somebody that is responsible enough to carry your weight and what your vision is in the back of the house. Even though the executive chef is got a big momentum in the back, but also the purchasing agent making sure that everything is there. If that's the chef's job, then he's required to understand how it runs. There is a big circle this big, and everybody has a job to do to make one restaurant whole. I'd like to know what you're all laughing about. Is this on the chat?
Yes, it's funny.
It's Friday, chef.
Is it Friday?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is.
So where am I missing? Oh, he's sending you some stuff to watch, right? Jonas, are you sending some stuff to watch or copy and paste?
No, chef, that was a while ago. No.
That was a while ago? Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I'm just finding it entertaining picking an individual within all of this Zoom, right? So there's like 18 of us in here or whatever, and mimicking all of their movements. That's what's so funny to me. I don't know why everyone else is laughing. I don't know.
So you're noticing my hand gestures, I guess.
No, I can do that for you. Yeah, I'll do that right now. All right, continue.
It was Robert just a second ago.
Did you pick me?
I was doing Robert.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tell you, don't pick on my Robert because I was so impressed with him yesterday.
No,
Really?
Robert's a good guy.
No, I'm really. I get it. But
sorry, chef. I'm sorry.
No, you know what?
I'll stop.
No, you don't have to stop. This is what makes a group all together and this. Yeah, that one's a good one, Robert. I got it. But this what makes it a really good group that really wants to learn and really wants to make it work. Look at the people that I hear.
Yeah.
Ones that really, and some of them are having a hard time coming on. I understand that totally. Because some of them really want to be here and they can't be, you know, and to make it flow. So those are the things that we really need to kind of pay attention and really look at the whole picture of what the situation that we've been brought into and to accept a little bit to make it work. Chef Cliff, you're just too relaxed for me. You don't say nothing. You just sit there and just let me talk and get myself. And you look like the glory. And you look like the crown and glory. And I just keep going in a hole and digging in deeper. That's all. That's okay, Chefy. I got it. So, you know, but those are the things that we all need to know. And I think the project at the end of this thing will really awaken you on what it is necessary to open a shop. A lot of you knew that already. A lot, you know, you really are a gifted chef. Chef Miguel has told me a lot about you all. Nearly every one of you. And he's explained to me. And that's what and I understand. You know, I feel, because getting into a restaurant business or getting into something right now is not an easy proposition. Of what your dream has always been, because the world is going to change a little bit more. But that's the reality of life. Changes go up and down. But I think coming out of all of this, we're going to learn a lot. And we're going to respect the hotels and the restaurant business much more than they ever been respected before. I promise you. I know I'm old, I've got gray hair, and I sometimes have trouble saying words. But I promise you it's going to come back and it's going to bloom a lot better. So don't give up on this journey that you're taking. Because what goes up comes down and goes up again. And that's the reality of life, of anything you do. So don't go into the negative. And Matthew, if you don't take that smile off your face, I'm going to smack you. So make sure that you understand that you can do what you want to do and anything is possible. I mean it. Because if you think negatively, I'll give you a shot of Slivovitz to make you feel really good. So just remember, what goes up, goes down, and goes up again. And make it positive for you. And I'm so proud of all of you that come into this time. And we've got 17 right now. Some of them are not showing their faces, but they better be freaking showing their faces pretty soon.
Are you gonna go to their house?
Huh?
You gonna go to their house and fix their cameras?
How do you know me, Kimberly? You need to zip it.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
No, it's okay. So now that when you meet me in the hallways at school, you'll know who I am, right?
I've seen you before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I walked into one of your classes on accident one day, actually.
Okay.
You were
Jeff, when do
very
you think we're
quiet
gonna
too,
be back
Chef.
at school?
What?
Who,
When do
me?
you think we're going to be back at school?
Excuse me?
When
I think,
when do
Oh,
you
when
think
do
we're
you
going to
think?
be back at school, Chef?
I think after the next 6 weeks.
So the next block. So we're doing the next block, and then after that we'll be back.
I think so.
Probably.
I hope so. I don't want to.
I hope so too.
Is our next block just going to be another gen ed class?
I have no idea, Pumpkin.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't.
Yeah. You should have gotten an email. I mean, I got one. I would assume that other people got one. My next one is math. Like it said MA1 whatever. Like
I'm glad you're going to math.
I didn't get anything.
I'm good at math. I'm
I'm
good at
good.
math, Chef. Not worried.
You're good at math?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, well then you got a free home ride.
Yeah, I already did college math.
Oh, okay.
But did you get one? Delia?
Delilah.
What?
Oh, the song,
Delia.
Oh, Delilah.
Delilah?
Yes.
Why do you have an H in your name if it's Delilah?
I don't know.
Hey, Jonas, don't talk to me about your spelling either. For Jonas, compared.
My spelling is phonetically correct, Chef.
Okay.
Deliha does not pronunciate as Delilah.
Spanish.
There's 2 L's in my name.
Spanish.
It's Latin. It's
You know,
foreign.
she didn't get to pick how she spelled her name. Her parents did that.
Mom didn't know how to spell that day. It's okay.
That's why I say Roro.
Wow.
All right. Well, anyway, they sent out emails saying that the next block is online, and then they also said what class you had, and if it says MA, that's the math class.
I never get those emails. They kind of just like show up.
And guys, also, do you remember that email that we talked about? It was called the, I think it was CARES Act or something like that.
Yeah.
CARES Act, yeah, with the bank, whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? That might be, I mean, every college gets money for a stimulus package kind of a deal. And like ACC, UT, all of that, they were talking about the CARES Act yesterday on the news, but this is something that you could get, like, I think it's $1,500 or something like that. And that goes straight to you. If you apply for it, it's basically free money. And this can also help you out for if you have any, like you need a new camera or whatever else, you know, for your computer. You know, I would say please look at that. I know Chef Robin sent out an email saying there are still a lot of students that from our school that has not applied for that. But if you want free, that's basically like a free money kind of a deal. So please do not don't forget about that. You know, please apply. That is just another form of extra money for y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. It's free to create an account. Just create the account. You do not. So that company, bank, whatever it's called or whatever, don't sign up for them. Don't because they were a previous company before, and it was a fraudulent, like it was basically a money grab. But if you sign up for it and do direct deposit, like link an account to that account, like get a direct deposit to whatever your bank account is. They just sent an email yesterday saying like nothing's changed. You're still going to get what you're getting. We're still waiting on funds. So you have nothing to lose. Just don't sign up for their credit program or whatever. Link your bank account.
Good job.
And then when the funds come in, you will get.
There was an email sent out last night at 8:15 by Mary Reardon. That if you haven't gotten it yet, because I had issues with mine. The birthday they had for me, I guess, isn't matching. And Bank Mobile is not awesome with their customer service because they don't have a phone number you can call. It's all done through their FAQ like link, which is I couldn't get them to respond. But anyways, if anyone else is having a problem like I was, Mary Reardon, it looks like a direct email from not Escoffier, but Mary works for Escoffier, so that's all in there. And she said if you're having trouble, to email her back directly.
Is that two separate things, or is that all one thing? Is it both into one thing?
It's the one thing. It's the part of the CARES Act through the school where it's like if you were being furloughed right now, or the $1,200 and all that, that's separate from the government. This is since we're students and we've been transferred from an in-classroom to an online, this is like Chef Cliff said, if you need a new camera or just to help you pay for your internet bill or, you know, I believe it's $1,000 for
every. $1,000. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, 1,000.
You have to apply for it, or can you? If you already
no.
Bank.
So Loretta, you should have gotten an email with a your own personal code. It's like a 10-digit code, and if you haven't, I can send you Mary's.
I got mine in the mail.
Okay, yeah, we've got a school code too. I pulled the email up right now, and we've got a school code too that I can send you, Loretta. But basically, if you haven't gotten your thing from Bank Mobile with your personalized code, I'd reach out to Mary Reardon and see why you haven't gotten that yet.
Do we just like Google Bank Mobile and kind of just start there on their website, or is there a link that we can do?
Yeah, so you can, because I spent a lot of time with it yesterday. If you just go to Bank Mobile, you can Google like Bank Mobile refunds, and it'll ask for your school number. Here, I'll put our school number in the chat right now. And so you can input the school number and then request a personal code if you haven't gotten.
Yeah, I got one in the mail.
Okay. And so if you go to Bank Mobile's website, I just put it in the chat, that 1908 number, that's our school code. And you should be able to put that and then email you a personal code so it's even faster.
Oh, great. All right. Thanks, James.
For sure.
Okay, last question. So what
Everybody
if
needs some help.
what if you already had a Bank Mobile account set up with your direct deposit?
I would log in to your Bank Mobile account and then input that school number, that 1908 number, and since you already have an account, they probably, all you have to do is put in that number and they'll probably already have everything.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that would work, but I would assume that they probably already have things set up where you kind of go in and essentially say, yeah, here I am, send it my way.
That's right.
Yeah.
John, she said create a direct deposit account, right? Instead of a credit card.
Yes. Yeah. Do not sign up for their thing, because Bank Mobile is the newer version of a company that previously was a credit company that scammed a lot of people. So if you do your direct deposit, like you link your bank account to that Bank Mobile account, there's nothing, they're not going to scam you. They're not going to take money from your account or anything like that.
You'll see there's two options to receive the money. You can either create a Bank Mobile account or
don't do that.
Or don't do that. Or it says set up a direct deposit. You'll see it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, link your account. Do not set up an account.
Okay, thank you, fellas.
Really helps a lot. Thanks, guys, for helping your fellow man.
And
No, it's the reality of it. Yes, Chef Cliff.
And if you have not found out where you're going to be, what class you're going to be in, please reach out to either Shelly or Chef Robin or somebody from the school so you know exactly what you're going to be doing next 6 weeks.
I think Shelly would be the smart way to go because Chef Robin is like overloaded with the new starting on our new project. We've got an awful lot of things to get redone and reschedule, because I had a meeting with her yesterday and she said she had 14 meetings yesterday alone. So Chef Robin would be a difficult one to go reach to. Make sure you go to Shelly and she will make sure that you are on the right track of where you need to be and where you want to go. Not to disagree with Chef Cliff, but Chef Robin really has a load.
And I just put his email address up on the chat as well. And I put that Bank Mobile website as well.
Chef, do you think that it might be like getting sent to my Escoffier email?
It is. Everything is getting sent to your Escoffier. So
How do
if you haven't
access that?
well, okay.
Stop smiling.
So it's basically a Google account in a way.
Okay.
So like so you can log in through Gmail. Is that correct? I mean, that's how I do my email. Go through Gmail. Is that how y'all get your Escoffier email?
I had to do it because I didn't know the password. Is I had to call the portal.
Yeah, that 1-800 number. Do you need me to post that 1-800 number up on the chat as well?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Give me a couple of minutes because I can find it. Give me 1 second. Boy, it got quiet.
Well, we need to take care of business. We'll make sure our students are supported and make a difference.
All right, hold on.
Chef, I just posted the number
Almost there.
I texted for them for the portal.
Oh, you did? Oh, man, you were amazing.
Yeah, I
Thank
just
you.
saw.
I have it saved as a contact.
So if you go to, okay, so if you go to that phone number and they'll kind of walk you through how to get your email set up.
Okay, great. Thank you, Chef.
Yeah, not a problem. And yeah, and if any of y'all are not getting to the stuff, you just need to be on the Escoffier email. It's everything is going straight to that.
And if you text the number that I posted, all you have to do is really get into our email and it'll send you your.
So excited! I can't hear nothing.
Kimberly, talk again.
If you text that number, you just have to say, how do we log into our email? And it'll send you your email address and then the password.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Kim.
Password.
Yeah.
Easy way. Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
helpful.
So everybody understands a little bit more to kind of help you decide or use what will you need to get to make sure that you are more acceptable for some of the things that will make it a little bit easier for you all to get. This is stuff that doesn't have to be paid back either. This is stuff that can be for what things that you need for your home or food or whatever item that you need to do. A lot of you will be going into gen ed classes, so to finish up your program. So, but this, for some of the other ones, the stimulus for them to, when they're going into practical, because there's a lot of people that are going to be going into practical stuff, and to teach them of the supplies and stuff that they need or equipment that they need to make it work. So it's really a bonus for all of us. Really realizing the front of the house. What did we learn today? 3 different styles of serving food in a restaurant. High end. Remember, most important, meeting and greeting the person that meets you at the front door. What they look like. I hope it changes your aspects of what you're supposed to look like. Remember? And making sure that you are upfront or making sure that you are presentable and represent the restaurant you work at. The contact that you have. So very important, guys. I know I get turned off if somebody's dirty looking. I really do. I'm sorry, but I do. If you don't have self-esteem of what you look like, you can be the best cook in the world, but it ain't going to work. Because people will judge you. People are judgers, really, right off the top. They don't take the time to look at you as an individual or what you can do. It's really that's one of the worst things, or one of the things that are really out thing for people when they first impression of what you are all about. Self-esteem, please, a priority. Remember the project I said for you to do yesterday. 1 menu item, protein, starch, vegetable. From the beginning to the end, I want that today. You will get an answer from me today or when it has to be done. And make sure you get your things done. There's 2 things you need to get done. Get this stuff done for me and send it to me. pvanbibber@escoffier.edu. And another thing, make sure you get you can get your stimulus package for you, an extra one for you to have for you and your family to survive. If it's out there for you, then get it. Just a little bit more work. And we as a family are here to help each other to make it work and for you to get it. And if you have any questions, let me know or Cliff know. And we'll be there to make it and support you to get it done. So I think we're really coming to an end for today, for Friday. The 4th week in this new era. To make it work. New era, but never give up because of better things to come. I promise. Because if you don't have a dream, nothing is possible. We all have to have a dream. And I hope you believe in the same thing I do, because I do. And so really, again, thanks for a great, great week. Thank you for the 16 and the 17 people that were here today. I wish it was more, but some of them need to pay attention because you know what? These things you have invested. We as Escoffier are here to make it work. You know, so make sure that you cross the T's and dot the I's as you go along the road. This is like college, guys. This is your education to a little bit to understand. Yes, we're repeating a lot of stuff because we have a new venture to take care of and cover, opening different, really different minds of interpretation of what it is. I don't usually teach course at all. Chef Cliff does. I hope I can live up to him.
Man,
sure
you're doing
better than I
great.
am.
Ah, you're doing amazing.
I agree. You are what bring me to class.
Yeah.
I even told one of my friends said she needed a break from class, and I was like, no, I don't need a break. We have a
Thank you.
well-seasoned chef.
Do you know something? I love the food industry. I hope you feel it. Because if you don't feel it, smell it, touch it, you shouldn't be in this. And Jonas, you can leave and laugh all you want. Pumpkin. It's okay, smile. I got it. But you have to love it to be in it. Matthew, you can go lower and lower so I don't see you smiling. You don't think I miss a trick? I'm an old person. I don't miss a trick.
Now you're hiding. Everybody's hiding their mouth.
I know.
I almost just my coffee out.
But remember that this is what we're in for. We're in here for the ride to learn and be successful. That's what you're here for. To make it happen for you and your family to be proud of you, or your partner to be proud of you. It doesn't matter who you're trying to impress, but first of all, you've got to impress yourself. Maybe I can go down there too. Or up or down. Boy, what I had to learn, guys, was a miracle for me. And my son scratching his head every 2 minutes when I asked him a question. But that's okay. That's what I'm here for, to learn. And we all learned something, didn't we? Or have you all been doing this for so long that it's great for you? Jonas, do you have been doing this a long time?
Oh, no, Chef, I haven't, but I have learned things. And I've also learned that any source of levity that I can attach myself to, I'm going to take it at this day.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, thanks for a great week. Enjoy the week. Stay home. Okay. And
yes,
what
please
do I
stay
want
home.
today?
Please don't go to the movies or the mall.
Don't go to the movies or the bars or the restaurants. Please stay home. Please stay home. Please.
Stay home. I agree.
Y'all have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you.
Bye,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Bye. See you Monday. Roro, you want to stay on?
Hi, Chef.
I have a question for you too, Chef.
Okay. Who has any other questions?
Me, just me.
Okay, Kimberly. You want to start out with Kimberly? Let's go.
So you said to make it like healthy. How would you label it as healthy? Like, how would you put like something that's gluten-free? Would you just say like gluten-free peanut
You
butter?
could say gluten-free options or healthy options. On your menu, you mean? On your menu? Yeah, I would say options.
Okay.
Because I think if you give them an option or decision for them to do it, then that would be that.
Okay, because some of the recipes that I'm using, they are like gluten-free, but I didn't know how to like print that out on the menu.
Yeah, just put options. Because then they can go gluten-free, vegan, or whatever what other kind of recipes that you're using. It doesn't matter.
Okay, thank
You know what I mean? So if they have an option, let them decide what they want.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Okay, and then don't forget to send me that one meal with the protein, I'm really, I just love reading some of the stuff that you all write and how you express yourselves to do what you want to do. The imaginative way of relating to some stuff to make it work. All right? Thank you. Have a great weekend, girl. I love it. Okay. So, Roro, talk to me.
Yes. Okay. So the costing.
Yeah.
I was looking at okay, I don't get the quantity where you have the weight, volume, and the count. So by volume, do you mean anything that's by the liquid form? And weight, do you mean by anything that's in ounces, pounds?
Yes. So when you're looking at yield, right, at the recipe, when it says a recipe that you're looking at, are you talking about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The costing. Oh wait, no, not the. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay. So what you're going to do is find all the costings of the prices of how to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Have you got that down?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's okay if you haven't.
No, I did. I put it on a separate.
Costing out the whole recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to, when we talked about it yesterday, didn't we say we're going to divide it?
We're going to divide it by, well, because when I was looking at the order sheet, everything was by the pound, by the quart, by pounds and
But remember, if it's by the pound, how many ounces in a pound?
16.
16. If you're going to do 6 ounces, what is it? 3 servings.
Okay, so would I divide that total cost by 16 and then add it up? Or
yes,
multiply
and then divided by 3, because then it's the first price is the item. The second price is your, say, the employees, right? And the third item, so it's always times 3.
Okay.
Of per person, not by recipe. Do you get what I'm saying? By recipe could be making 1 pound of chicken, but by person is 6 ounces by chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So it's times 3.
Okay. So you're talking about as far as serving sizes, right?
Yes.
Okay. So so I have my meal or whatever I have, and I have how many ingredients I use.
Correct.
So and how many servings that recipe calls for, correct?
Divided by how many servings it is. Yield. The word yield up there.
Mm-hmm.
You divide it by the yield. So if it's 4 servings, you divide the total amount for that recipe by what you've got, the yield.
Okay, and then you're saying multiply by however many people I have.
That's right. About dollar amount that it takes. You multiply it, and that will get your percentage.
Okay. Well, can you look at mine, Chef? Because
I will.
My total for 1 serving, it would have been, let me see, I think it said $24. Yeah, $24.98, which is kind of expensive for me because this is a zucchini Alfredo meal.
Well, Alfredo always is.
Well, it's zucchini based. Well, yeah, because I have tilapia on there.
Well, of course.
That was the only fish option they gave me. and it's just kind of pricey. And then I use garlic a lot, so the garlic was like $5.49 a pound, but I'm not for sure how many
And it's
garlic
30%.
bulb.
It came to 30%. Oh no. So you've got, oh, where did it go?
I wish we could do this in person.
$750 total cost,
Yes.
and you're still at 30%. It says to do it for 28 or 29, but 30% is fine when you're going into tilapia. You got to remember what you got for tilapia. Remember, any fish items go up anytime. Shrimp, fish, salmon. You're talking about. You're not talking about hamburger meat. See, do you understand what I'm saying? So really, when people go for healthy options, it's going to be a higher price no matter where you go. So you're right in the ballpark.
Okay.
Menu price is $24.98. Perfect.
So for the cost at the very bottom where the blue is that the menu cost that I got from the order guide?
Correct.
Okay. Could you see?
Yeah, that's from them. Then the apps, correct. The cost. So your fish was really, the tilapia was 38 cents.
That's because
5
I'm only
ounces.
yes, for 5 ounces.
Yeah.
So for 1 ounce, it's
$1.90,
$38.
$2. It's reasonable. When you're going for a total of $7.50, that's pretty reasonable. So the average cost for fish, I mean, have you ever been to Captain, well, what is it called, that place? F&D, right there on the, you're south, so you don't go north, okay?
No.
I got it. No, I understand. I understand because there's a fish place up north here. It's called Captain D. No. It's called D's or F&D, and they have very.
I've seen them before.
And it's phenomenal because they really don't charge an awful lot for fish items. But you know, that might be your specialty. So what you might have to do to bring it down to 29%, if you have a lot of volume, a lot of people with healthy meals are going to go for the tilapia. You might cut it down so they'll buy 2 dinners instead of 1. And they'll get it. Anytime you do, and you're talking about pasta.
Well,
you're
zucchini.
You're talking about roasted potatoes. You're talking about garlic, leek, cherry tomatoes, zucchini. I mean, think about this. You've got a meal by itself to eat. We're not talking about potatoes that are 0 in cost factor. Zucchini costs more money than potatoes do. So you've got to think about the overall picture to realize what your realization is. Don't be so hard on yourself to say, you see what I'm trying to say? You're making you think. So you've got to look at the overall picture. You can't change the number because the reality is you have it. You had the product in front of you to show you where the cost is. It's not like giving them a hamburger and charging them $24. I've seen places that charge you that. But it better be filet mignon ground.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, if that's the idea you want to go to or your clientele go towards, then that's great to make it work.
I'm trying.
So I know you're trying. You know what? That's why I keep saying I'm so proud of all of you. What a great way of intervention, of getting to understand. This project is kind of repeating a lot of itself, but really the foundation is how do we upscale and sell to make you make more money, to make it profit. And quality of product is the number one. I don't care what you say. And you know what? I think after this all is over, people are going to get that more so. I think this was done for a reason. I know Jonas talks about a lot of things, and I understand the frustration for him. I understand. But I think when it's all over, life goes through circles, and I've said that to you before. But when people get to learn the result of this is going to bring more people together. I promise you, they're going to understand each other more. They're going to be giving more. They're going to help the fellow man. I don't give a shit what color you are. I think they're going to bring it together to bring it to a common goal. And sometimes God does that for a reason. You might say no, but I promise you, he has a plan. No matter what religion you believe in, no matter what you think, there is a plan.
Chef, I also want to talk to you too, because I do want to feed the homeless and all that too. That's like another one of my goals.
But you know, I'm going to tell you something. I would rather you help someplace that feeds the homeless than you feed the homeless in a way, because some of them guys don't want to get helped. And you see it because, you know, they find places for them and they keep going out on the street. And what do we do in frustration? Because they are looking for the booze, they're looking for the drugs. And sometimes they're not thinking right.
But they still need a meal.
Huh?
They still need a meal to eat.
They sure need a meal to eat. So there's a lot of places that do it. Loaves and Fishes downtown do it. You know, and I understand what you're saying, to feed them, and you want to make a difference in this world. That's what we all live for, is to make a difference in this world. Why do you think I teach?
Yeah, I'm going, when this is definitely over, or when I graduate everything, I'm gonna still come to you, Chef.
I thank you for that, because I want to make a difference in somebody's life. Not to say I'm better than anybody. I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I want you to get it. Yes, we all have mistakes. We all do things that are stupid. We all do and think not right. We all do it. Every one of us. Just because you think you're a prima donna, God bless you. Because when you go out there, somebody's going to eat you up and spit you up. And you think I'm kidding? I'm not. Especially in this cooking world. But I think maybe this world, no matter what Jonas thinks, this world will come together to make it work. Because the whole world has been in existence for so long. And you've seen after wars, they've all come together. And this might be America's war to bring it together. Not going to Vietnam and not going to Korea. On the ground in America. I'm an immigrant. I get it. You know, he hasn't been somewhere when you've had to stand in line for food and not got it at the other end. I've been there. You know, so we want people like you and people like Jonas too, of this class, to get up, to motivate people to make it happen and make people happy. And that's what we are about. We like to be center of attention. You know,
we're human at the end of the day. You know,
you know what? You said the right word. We're human at the end of the day. And if you know, I love to be sarcastic. I'm queen of it. I'm straightforward. I don't fool around. And you already know that, because I'm watching everybody. I know exactly what they're thinking. And even though they smile when I say it, they know what I'm thinking. So, you know, this is a thing that, you know, this class was meant to meet me.
Yes, I see you. I used to see you all the time. You were very quiet, Chef.
And they didn't know me.
No, not at all.
No, a lot of people thought that, oh my God, she's tough.
Well, you were quiet to me.
Huh?
You were quiet to me.
Okay. So, you know, so for me, my goal is to make you think. Because if you first start thinking, anything is possible. And get out of the box. I mean, I think for you at the help, to put them on those little wood slabs, phenomenal. A cheese, who would have thought a brie on there for somebody with a cracker you make and a little bit of vegetables on the side. Think about it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yum. I would like that. I don't eat meat, you know, but I had to change my diet. I did have a gastric bypass. I had to change my whole way of thinking of life. Not easy.
And the food is really good. It's
yeah.
really good.
If you're, I mean, I can't eat all of that stuff. It doesn't go in my stomach. You know, it changes your insides, not only the outside, but the inside. So I have to eat certain things that I can't only eat. Otherwise, I'm sicker than a dog. You know, but that's a choice I made, but it made the best decision for me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
My husband always says, Pablo, I am so sad that you can't enjoy this great meal. But I keep telling him, don't worry about me, because I'm happier now than I was when I was 400 pounds. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people judge me at 400 pounds and thought I sat all day and ate.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. My metabolism, you know, the word metabolism is the key word of everything. My metabolism was gone. And once you get that metabolism back into aspect, then that's what your life is all about.
Mm-hmm. The
And people
energy.
don't understand. They think you eat all day. It isn't.
Mm-mm.
I never ate all day. I drank 22 cups of coffee a day. And then when I get home at midnight, I'd have a sandwich, the worst time to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And get up at 4 and go back again.
Mm-hmm. You're
But
busy.
people think just because people are big is because they eat a lot. Has nothing to do with it. And until they get that, these young kuchkas, as I would say in Czech, these young people that have these bodies that look like something, but they don't have it up here. I know, I'm talking too much.
No. It's
Do you
just.
understand that? Until you understand the reality of life.
Mm-hmm. Like if I don't have a good metabolism, I'm not doing anything.
No.
I just feel off balance, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people don't understand that. I mean, I feel for Matthew. I feel for some other people. But maybe Matthew doesn't eat at all, or maybe he does.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. We've got the same brains as these young people that look like, do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
But in the hotel business, when I was in it, you know, when I lost the weight and I went to a board meeting and they always say, well, and they all looked at me totally different. When I was 400 pounds and I said something, they never listened to me.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 150 pounds, they all listened. Isn't that sad?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, ma'am.
I had the same brain, the same outlook on life. My chefs listened to me, but the higher ups never did. Even though I look professional every day, I was clean every day, I looked presentable, it didn't matter because I was big and I was a woman. If you were big and a man, they accepted you better. No, it's a reality of life. And you try to tell these young people that, they don't get it. In my era in the hotel business, I'm not saying that now so much. They accept people
They still
more
look
now
at
than
big
they
people
did.
different. They still look at people that are.
You think so?
Yes, I.
Really?
These days, oh yes, you have to be skinny or, you know, cute or whatever. No, it's none of that.
Yeah. But that my era to be up, I can understand working in the hotel, but being up in management, they always looked at that. And I didn't make that decision for that. I made the decision for me to be healthier for me. Because both my parents died with diabetes and all the other stuff. And I didn't want to go down with 2 shots a day. Do you get what I'm saying? So I needed to do something for me. And I took a drastic change. I mean, I took a drastic move. But the best decision I made,
But you're happy?
18 years.
Yes.
It changed my whole concept of life, of the priorities of life. You know, so I love people to make it. I love people. I love to empower people to think. Because if they think, they know what they want. They want to give and what they want to serve. And when you empower somebody or make them think, anything is possible. Yeah, that 30% is fine with me.
Okay, just so
you know, anytime healthy, fish, whatever, is good.
Okay. So that's just with any fish dish, right? Everything else I should go 28% because it's vegetable based pretty much.
Yeah, vegetable based. I would say that.
Okay.
And you know, and sometimes, you know, you might want to pass it on if you go to a store and you find fish cheaper than that. Maybe that pricing that you got from this company is totally different than someplace where you can get it better. So remember, when you look at remember weekly, you gotta pay attention to those numbers weekly, because if you don't, you know, you're going to, but then again, let me just tell you something. Sometimes you have to do it on the high end and get that $28 or the $27 in, and you're making more cha-ching. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You get it? So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
might go and say, this is the going price, but when you go buy it, you can probably buy it for cheaper price, and then you're making the cha-ching because you're writing on the board when they're coming in, or when you're sending out that board to say what's on hand. What I would do to companies and saying going price, and you put the price there, but you are getting it for $5 less a pound. Guess what? That $5 is for you. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Profit. And that's what I like, that smile. You get what I'm saying? So you
Yes, ma'am.
always go with the going price.
Okay.
Okay. That's not cheating.
No.
That's a reality of life. And the reality of entrepreneurship.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have the best day ever.
Yes, ma'am. It's time for
All
work.
right.
Shower up and work.
That's right. That's all, you know, they've given me this new block that every day changes. Every day is just like, and we're going to be cooking. And
Where's your pastry students at, Chef?
Huh?
Where's your pastry students at?
They're into gen eds, just like you are, because a lot of them are on the associates program. They have to take all of these things. So they're into other gen eds. There's 4 gen eds going on, right? I mean, restaurant ops right now in this block.
They just stuck you with Chef Cliff. Well, because he's culinary.
Well, he's the one that's supposed to be teaching it. I'm supposed to be his assistant. Do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
You know?
You just love to teach us, though, Chef. That's what you love to do. Right.
And somebody says, well, how's Chef Cliff doing? I said, what? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I give him opportunities to talk. You see me. But it's okay. You know, it's okay. I love it.
You're doing a good job.
You know, and so I just want people to step it up for themselves, not for me. My days are numbered. You know what I mean? But I need to pass this on to make sure that the other people understand and realize. My niece is going home today, so she's going to fly back to the Czech Republic on Monday, but she's going back to Pennsylvania. She was an au pair. And so her time's up for being au pair, so she's come back. And my other family was coming, and they couldn't come to visit America at the end of her journey. So that was a sad proposition for all of us.
All your family's over there, Chef?
All my family's there, except my
When's the last time
boys.
you've been?
Huh?
When's the last time you've been up there?
Oh, every year.
Every year? Okay, I know.
I talk every day.
Yes. The
Yeah.
family is my favorite. Yes, you get
You
crazy.
know, I mean, it's just a different world. A different world. So yeah, so we went everywhere, but we wore our masks, and she got to see the San Antonio, the Riverwalk with nobody there. But at least she got to see it. Do you know what I mean? And then we went to Fredericksburg. She got to see it, and all the wineries are unbelievable over there. And then we went to Waco. I went to see that new building that the Czechs are building. And this bakery boudoir thing, $10 million investment that they're building a building in Waco, right across the street from Magnolia's. You've heard of Magnolia. And she at the silos, it's right there. So they asked me to come down there to kind of give them input of what they're going to. It's supposed to have finished in March, but with all this stuff happening, it's not going to be till September. It's a good thing. And I still teach it, make it sweet. Dahlia is the one that wanted that macaroon recipe. So if you want one too, I'll give it to you. It's, you know, that's like gluten-free for you. That would be a great item.
I love sweets, Chef.
And don't forget to put a little thing on the top, girl, that would just make them come back and say thank you. When people get stroked, they love it. They want to be the center of attraction. You think I'm kidding? They're
I
not.
know.
You know, they want to be, and I didn't want to use the word stroke because then the guy's going to say, oh my God, Chef, that one's gone off a rocker. But it's the truth, is how you react with people to come across to people is so important, especially when you meet somebody in the front of a house. When you know, when you walk in a restaurant and say, and you, what do you want? You know, you get that reaction and you've got that hair on the back of your neck already climbing up instead of being more outgoing and comfortable. And that's why people in the stock room and people that greet people are so important to make it work. Thanks for a great week.
Yes, I'll be back.
I will. And I'll see, and I love your project. Really good job.
I'm working on it now. I'm fixing everything. So
all right.
by
Thank
Monday
you.
will be good.
All right. Thanks. Bye. God bless.
Yes.
Have a great week. Yeah.